The ocean just got a whole lot more dangerous because the legendary Great White is officially returning to video games. Jaws is coming to PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch, and today we're diving deep into everything we know about the new title, the franchise's gaming history, and why this could be the biggest revival the series has ever had. For longtime fans, this is massive news. Jaws has been one of the most recognizable monsters in cinema for nearly 50 years, but video game adaptations have been surprisingly rare and often inconsistent. That's why the announcement of a modern, fully rebuilt Jaws game for PS5 and Switch has people buzzing. It's the first time in decades that the series has gotten real AAA adjacent attention and not just a novelty tie in. According to the developers, this new release will be an open world action survival adventure that puts players directly in the role of the Great White Shark, combining the free roam exploration with story missions inspired by the original film. They're promising detailed underwater environments, improved AI for ocean life and humans, and a gameplay focus on predatory strategy rather than mindless chaos. On PS5, the game will leverage 4K visuals, upgraded water physics, adaptive triggers, and haptic feedback to simulate the weight, speed, and impact of every bite and breach. On Nintendo Switch, the team has reworked lighting shaders and textures to ensure the game runs smoothly in both docked and handheld mode, making this the first portable Jaws title with modern production value. To understand why this announcement matters, we have to look at Jaws' complicated track record in the video game world. The very first major attempt was Jaws for the NES in 1987, developed by LJN. The game is iconic for older players but notoriously divisive. Some people remember it fondly for its simple loop of hunting sea creatures, grinding for upgrades, and finally battling Jaws, while most critics at the time, and many retro reviewers today, consider it one of LJN's weaker licensed games. It wasn't hated universally, but it certainly wasn't praised, landing somewhere around the forgettable but nostalgic category. The next major release didn't arrive until Jaws Unleashed in 2006 for PlayStation 2, Xbox, and PC. This one flipped the script by letting players take full control of the shark, causing havoc across Amity Island and beyond. Despite extremely mixed critical reception, reviewers slammed the camera, bugs, and overall jank. Players actually embraced it. Over the years, Jaws Unleashed has gained cult classic status for being a chaotic sandbox style destruction game with surprisingly ambitious design for its time. Sales were strong, gameplay videos still rack up millions of views online, and many fans have been begging for a modern version. Beyond those, a few smaller Jaws themed mobile games popped up over the years, but none reached mainstream attention and were largely dismissed as shallow cash ins. In short, the franchise has never received the polished, modern, high budget game adaptation it deserves until now. The new Jaws project aims to correct all that by blending the fun, predatory freedom of games like Jaws Unleashed with the tone and atmosphere of the Spielberg film. Story wise, players will reportedly encounter characters inspired by Chief Brody, Hooper, and Quinn, along with mission structures that alternate between stealthy movement, cinematic shark attacks, and open world exploration across reefs, shipwrecks, and coastal towns. The PS5 version will push the realism further with detailed damage systems, enhanced wave simulation, and dual sense immersion that changes based on the shark's speed, depth, and aggression level. Meanwhile, the Switch port is being treated as a fully optimized version rather than a downgraded afterthought. The developers have emphasized that performance, not visual parity, is their priority, which is promising news for players who want to hunt on the go. While no specific release date on price has been confirmed, industry expectations place it in a typical mid range $40 to $60 bracket, with more details expected soon. This could easily become one of the surprise hits of the year if the team nails the balance between authenticity, tension, and satisfying gameplay. After decades of uneven adaptations, fans finally have a Jaws game that respects the source material while embracing the strengths of modern hardware. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the upcoming Jaws release and the history behind the franchise's previous games, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a future upload. And as always, game on.